You used to buy a house, a software program, or a tractor, and it belonged to you. Today, your software is a monthly line item. Your streaming media can vanish from your library at the whim of a distributor. Wall Street firms are buying up single-family neighborhoods to turn homeowners into permanent tenants. Even modern farm equipment is digitally locked, requiring you to pay the manufacturer for the code just to repair your own property. We are taught that this is simply the free market at work. We look to Adam Smith's 18th century model of capitalism, where fair competition naturally drives prices down to the actual cost of production, maximizing value and choice for everyone. But look at your bank statement. Prices aren't falling, and choices aren't expanding. Instead, a few dominant platforms have erected unavoidable toll booths across the necessities of daily life. You aren't participating in an open market. You are paying a perpetual access fee to an enclosed ecosystem. The free market didn't simply fail. It was mutated by extreme outliers and unbounded money printing. The economic rules you were taught have been replaced by an entirely different operating system, one designed not for production, but for extraction. To understand how the market was captured, we have to look at the human behavioral drives that power it. Adam Smith built his economic philosophy for the 95% in the middle of this bell curve, but his model left a vulnerability. At the far right tail sit highly capable actors seeking total systemic domination. Peter Thiel, a primary architect of the modern tech economy, famously stated that competition is for losers. For these outliers, the goal is to escape competition entirely. They innovate to create a brand new capability, going from 0 to 1, and then immediately use their vast resources to capture the state. They lobby for complex regulations that suffocate small rivals and secure government contracts that ensure a permanent market moat. When highly capable actors are freed from social constraints, they use their leverage to freeze the market in place. They ensure that a functioning competitive system no longer exists for anyone else. These monopolies became unkillable because they captured the ultimate leverage point, the creation of money. In 1971, the US dollar was decoupled from physical reality. Since then, the global financial system has been severed from any physical constraint. This ushered in the era of creatio ex nihilo, money created out of nothing. When a central bank initiates quantitative easing or a commercial bank issues a massive corporate loan, they aren't lending existing physical deposits. They are simply typing new numbers into a digital ledger. But this newly created money does not reach everyone at the same rate. This is the Cantillon effect. Money created out of thin air enters the system at the very top, flowing directly into central and commercial banks. Wall Street, private equity firms, and tech monopolies absorb this capital first. They spend it on assets and buy up competitors before prices have a chance to rise. By the time that money finally reaches the average wage earner, its purchasing power has already evaporated. The result is massive inflation in the price of everything you actually need: housing, healthcare, and education. When these hyper-leveraged financial bets eventually fail, the state simply conjures more money to bail out the elites. They have built a system where risks are socialized, but the profits remain private. This structural transfer of purchasing power creates a cycle of stagnation. Instead of growing the economy through production, capital is directed purely toward extracting wealth from the working population. This isn't just a market failure, it is a new paradigm. Our economy now maps perfectly onto the Middle Ages. Tech and financial elites are the new lords. Cloud platforms and institutional real estate are the new fiefs. And the users paying endless access fees? We are the new serfs. We are bound to these digital fiefdoms by extreme convenience and high switching costs. We trade our data and our autonomy for frictionlessness, while the lords harvest our information to train their algorithms and tighten their grip. History warns us where this ends. In 1789, the French system collapsed because a tiny, tax-exempt elite captured the state. They squeezed the middle class via relentless rent-seeking and artificial scarcity until the baseline stability of society shattered. Systems that refuse to reform eventually hit a wall. When wealth concentration becomes absolute, the structural integrity of the entire civilization shatters. We face a choice. We must actively implement a peaceful structural reset, breaking up tech monopolies and removing corporate money from our politics, before the pressure causes the system to snap, or before it automates its control entirely. A democracy cannot survive if the currency of the market overrides the currency of power. If we are to reclaim that power, we must first recognize this fiefdom for what it actually is.